Hi there. So today we are going to cover what makes a pitch newsworthy. Now, getting a journalist to read your pitch is hard, but it becomes a lot easier if you understand what makes a pitch or a story newsworthy. So today we are going to break it down for you if you are a beginner with some practical do's and don'ts. And I'll also throw in a few examples so that you can see exactly what I mean with all of these different tips. Now, the first one we have is to focus on something timely. A story that's connected to current events, trends, or a seasonal topic is more likely to catch a journalist's eye. So, timeliness makes your pitch relevant and urgent rather than just, oh, here's some information that's just nice to know. So first example over here. So pitching a new SEO tool for 2026 trends. Now, pitching a tool in the beginning of the year when journalists want to know what's going to trend for 2026 is a very good idea. It shows the relevancy to these trends and it might even pop up a few more times during the year. So that is a very relevant pitch to send. And then, let's say, for example, sharing a sustainability initiative before Earth Day. Now, journalists are like writing stories before big events or big days. So it's kind of like a build up to the day. So if you share pictures like that, that's going to help them in their content to the build up of the big event, then it's more likely to stand out to them. So next we have do not pitch something too old or outdated. So if your story happened months ago or is no longer relevant, it's unlikely to get picked up by a journalist. They want the news that feels fresh and timely. So if your product launched last year and now is the time that you think it's a good opportunity to pitch your product to the journalist. There are products that comes out each month, each week, each day even. So they want to focus on the products coming out now, the ones that people are talking about because that is newsworthy, not something that came out months ago that no one cares about anymore. And then next an event that happened months ago as well. So the same with the product. There are events that happens all the time and they want to focus on the things that people are talking about right now. So next we have it's to make it relevant to the journalist. So always consider who you are pitching. If your story matches the topics a journalist regularly covers, they're more likely to engage. So you're going to have to do your research and find out, okay, who the journalists are that is within your niche or industry that covers the things that you are an expert in. So a marketing analytics story to a marketing reporter or a remote work trends to a business journalist. Now, these would stand out to them because that's something that they always cover. So, let's say you would like to pitch a property related quote to someone that is a food blogger or who writes about food on a food and beverage publication. It's not going to stand out to them, so they're going to see your pitch and they are going to overlook it for someone that is more relevant, that is a more relevant expert for them. So now you might have spent so much time and effort in creating your pitch only for it to be overlooked because it's not relevant to the journalist. So then we have do not send generic mass pitches. Now let's say you've got one pitch and you have 50 journalists and you think, okay, I'm going to send it to all 50 of them. I don't care about the industry that they are in or the publications that they are writing for. I am just going to send it through to all of them. Now, when you're sending it to unrelated journalists, it's the same with the previous slide. It does not it won't stand out to them because it's not relevant to them. Also, generic pictures do not work because the personalization that you put into it makes it stand out to a journalist even more. So, a journalist might be, or two journalists might both be with focusing on digital marketing, for example. However, the one might focus on lead gen, where the other might focus on SEO. So if your search was digital marketing journalist, however, these two have totally different focus or topics that they focus on, it's not going to stand out to them. So you have to make sure that you aren't sending generic pictures. And then also the subject line. it has to stand out because that's the first thing they see. It has to make them want to click on it. So if you have a pitch that has a subject line, oh, here's a story, this is for you, please read, or like anything that just sounds uninteresting, they aren't going to click on it. I don't want to say something that is clickbaity, but you have to create something that is not just newsworthy, but catchy. Something that is a little bit on the clever side so that they're like, oh, okay, I'm interested in this. I want to click on it and read more. So then next we have, so highlight the impact of why it matters. Now, your pitch should answer, why does the story matter? What's the impact on the industry, community, or the audience that makes it more compelling? So if you have, for example, a study showing small businesses grow revenue by, 30%, then the impact is clear. It's a positive change, or a charity campaign that helped 1,000 families. So it's a positive initiative. The journalist will immediately know, okay, why this matters, and why the audience will also think it matters. Because remember, a pitch has to be newsworthy to the journalist as well. But they're going to choose something that's going to stand out to the audience, because without the readers, then it doesn't really matter much. So you have to show them why exactly it matters so that they can portray that or show that to their audience and show, okay, so this is why this topic or story matters, or why it should matter to you. And then here, lastly, do not focus on yourself or your company. So a pitch that's all about you or your brand, or and doesn't show why it matters to readers, won't resonate. So a journalist or journalists are looking for stories that interest the audience. So it ties in with the previous slide. So if you say, okay, we launched a new product, but there's no context behind it, like, why does it matter to me? Like, why should it matter to my audience? Like, you launched a new product, but what is your product going to help us with? What problem does it solve? So that's more promotional. It doesn't have any informational value that can help the journalist. Or if you are sharing a company milestone with no wider relevance, so it's not a bad thing. It's just the wrong platform. If you have a pitch and you want to showcase your product, or you want to showcase a milestone, or you have any company news that you want to highlight, instead of a pitch, what would work better would be a press release, because that's what the press release is for, to put out that type of content so that the relevant journalists will pick up that story and run with that. So you also have to make sure that you are using the right channels between using either a pitch or sending out a press release. So that's all for today. Just a couple of do's and don'ts on how to create a pitch, as well as what makes a pitch newsworthy to journalists.